So the last word that I want to share with you today, and this one's really been a really big challenge for me this year, and this word is patience. I'm not a very patient person, and that goes along with my persistence issue, meaning I get impatient for a result that I think I should have or that I think I should be able to get to faster than what is probably obviously accurate, which makes me then usually stop or quit way too soon. The story in Lead the Field from Earl Nightingale talks about the story of 3 feet from gold. And I won't go through the entire story here, but the premise is that the gentleman was gold mining and he quit 3 feet from the gold vein that would have paid him handsomely for the rest of his life and generations to come. And that's typically my story is I get 3 feet from wherever I'm heading and I will turn around. I will quit. I will stop. And I want to encourage you today to not do that, not only for yourself, but for your family, for your friends, for your community. People need to hear what you have to say. People need you to step up and be the best version of yourself. And patience comes along with that. Being willing to sit in the, let's call it the kind of the messiness of life, right? Life isn't always picture perfect. Life isn't always pretty all the time. Things are going to come up in your journey. For example, for myself this year also in 2023, not only am I trying to build out the podcast, but I've actually been had the had the awesome opportunity. I am now a grandpa to a young, awesome young man, young boy named Rowan that has completely changed my life, meaning the amount of time, the amount of effort that I'm trying to pour into that little boy at this point in my life. I've taken on the responsibility of being pretty much a caretaker throughout the week while his parents and the other people in my family are working. So I'm watching him throughout the day, which is challenging, but it's also super fun. And it's challenging me to be patient, challenging me to be patient with him, challenging me to be patient with myself, challenging me to be patient with the podcast. I keep referring back to the podcast here with this episode today. The idea is that I need to be patient with myself, with where I'm at in my life. I have a goal, I have an idea of where I'm headed. I need to continue to pivot as I go along through that journey, making the changes necessary. When something doesn't feel right, when you're involved in a situation or a group of people or just anything that's going on in your life and you're not exactly sure or you get that intuition, that feeling that isn't quite right, being willing to pivot when necessary, but then also having the persistence to keep moving through those changes, right? Knowing that just because you're changing, just because you're pivoting doesn't mean that you need to stop. And then having the patience to see it through, having the ability to sit with wherever you are today and just being calm, understanding that all the chaos that's going on out there in the world doesn't necessarily have to be the chaos that's going inside of you with your thoughts, with how you're feeling. If you can take some of those things in house, get quiet, really get clear on exactly what you're looking for, what you're wanting, you will then be able to see begin to see a roadmap of exactly where you need to go and exactly what you want to do. And then you need to have the courage to step into that. And I would encourage you to do that as quickly and as soon as you possibly can. So if at the end of 2023 is your time, let's go. And if 2024 is your year, let's do it then. And you can. And I encourage you to do so.